Hello students, in this video we will see how we can implement list box in Visual Studio 2010. How we can use checkboxes and list box inside Visual Studio. So I am creating here new website. I am giving the name to my website as my sample website. Click on OK. This is empty website, so we need to create or add one by one pages. So here I am clicking on name list demo. Okay, I am adding one web form. Then I'm designing this web form. I'm selecting some checkboxes one by one here. One more. Some 2 or 3 or 4, 5 checkboxes I am selecting here for demo purpose. Now I'm taking one button to add these checkbox items inside this list box. So I'm taking list box here. Here what is the functionality? User select some items from these checkboxes, and after click on this button, those selected items will be added inside this list box. So this is the functionality behind this web page. Now I'm changing the properties of every control as checkbox 1 text property. I am taking as computer. I am giving some subject names for each checkbox text property, then maths, then stat. You may use any item list. I am using here subject list. Physics and suppose electronics. Now I am changing some IDs here. For computer, CHK computer. Then for maths, I am giving the ID as CHK maths. Then for stat, I am giving the ID as CHK stat. Then for physics checkbox, I am giving the ID as CHK physics. Then for last one, CHK electronics. Now I am setting the properties of button. I am changing the default text as add subject to the list. Then I am changing the ID of this button as BTN add subjects. Then for this list box, I am changing the ID as LST subject. Now after click on this button, these selected values will be added inside this list box. So we need to add or write code inside this button click event. So I'm clicking on this, double click on this, so we will get this code window. Now what is the logic? If this checkbox is selected, then this text of this checkbox will be added inside this list box. So I'm writing if first one CHK computer checkbox is if it is checked, means selected, then I need to add inside this list box. So what is the control of list box? This list box control is LST subject. So what is the method to add one item inside this list box? you need to take ID of that list box, then it is the property items, then add. This is the method, and inside add you need to give one item which you need to add. So I need to add this text, checkbox text, whatever the text there is, I need to add. So I'm selecting this checkbox computer dot text property. So in this way we can add this text. If this checkbox is checked, then text we add inside this list. So what is the property? List box id dot items property, and on items you need to give dot property, and there is one add method. Similarly we may give for other check. If electronics is checked, then again I need to add inside this list box. So similarly we can add for other checkboxes. Only we need to change this checkbox property chk, remaining is maths dot check, then I need to add maths text, then remaining is chk physics dot check, then we need to add physics text here, and only one is remaining. So I am copying this if and pasting here. Then chk remaining is stat dot check, then this stat text I am giving here. Now we may done. If I run this code, see what will be the output. Let's see, it takes some time to debug. So here is our output window, localhost my sample website list demo. Now computer, stat, physics, and add subject to the list. So these are added. Now if I select the subject and if I click on add subject to the list, then again computer repeatedly added here. So I don't want one subject duplication inside this list box. So we need to clear previous list and then add fresh list. So we need to clear before adding the subjects. We need to clear that subject list. So list box dot items, what is the property? Items dot clear method is there. So by executing this line, a list box will be empty or clear, no one item in that particular list. So initially we empty the list and then we add fresh list. So if I run one more time and if I add, then again I add, then there is no any duplication because we are clearing previous content. Now if I don't want this button, okay, these subjects are added only when I click on this button, but some users don't want this functionality. There is no need of this button. Only when I click on this computer, on when I check this computer subject, then this computer subject automatically added immediately inside this list box. If I uncheck that this stat, then stat will be removed from this list. So immediate effect I want. So for that we need to change, or we need to add some more code inside our C#. So we need some extra functionality here, some checkboxes, event I am adding, Now this is the logic I need to add here. When checkbox computer check status is changed, when sometimes user check it, sometimes user uncheck it. So whenever the checked status change, this function will be executed. So if computer check, then we need to add inside this list box. But if it is unchecked, if user unchecked this checkbox, computer checkbox, then we need to remove from this list. So how we can remove the items? By using remove command, remove method. Which text or which item we need to remove? Computer. So if checkbox is checked, we need to add inside this list box. If it is unchecked, then we need to remove that subject from the list. When user uncheck it, that item already added inside the list, so we need to remove it. So same logic we need to add inside all these. All these remaining. Maths. Actually here we need to give maths, and this is the electronics. So I need to paste here electronics. Then I'm copy pasting for all the items. Only we need to change the subject. So in this way we need to add the logic. Done. Now if I run this project once again, see what is the output. Nothing happened when I click or check some checkboxes or uncheck. So we need to set one property for all the checkboxes. For computer, there is one property for all the checkboxes, auto postback. Auto postback is by default false. We need to set as true for all the checkboxes. We need to set the auto postback property as true. So in this way we may code. If I run this program or project once again, see, this is the output. Whenever I click computer, computer will be added. Computer added inside this list box. If I uncheck this stat, then stat removed from this list. If I click on physics, so there is no need of this button now. If you code on check status change of that particular checkbox, then there is no need of this button. Immediate effect you may see here. So in this way we see in this program how we can add one single item inside this list box. How we can add list box items add method, and inside that your item. Then how we can remove one particular item from the list box. We see here how we can remove. For removing, remove method is there. For adding, add method is there. And how we can clear all total list by using clear method. So in this way we can operate on list boxes. One more demo I will